So guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. It's the instant match reaction. Aston Villa 0, Manchester United 0 at Villa Park. And this is getting bad, isn't it? This is getting really, really bad. Yes, we took a point away from Villa Park. Yes, we didn't lose. It doesn't mean fuck all though. It does not mean fuck all. I'm fed up of this shit now. I really, really am. It's boring. And these United players just don't fool me anymore. And people are saying we don't have an identity. Yes, we do. We can't score. We can't create chances. And we can't win games anymore. That's the Manchester United way right now. That's our identity. So we bloody do have one. But it's not a good one to have, is it? And the last couple of weeks have just been some of the worst weeks watching Manchester United. You look back to the 20 game, which again in itself was shocking drawing to them. The way we just crumbled in that second half. And it continued to the next game. The Spurs one, getting beat up and battered by Spurs in our own yard. How are we allowing that to happen? I don't know. That's a team who bottled a 2-0 lead last night to Brighton. We let them walk all over us. And then the next game, massive pressure. Ten Hag's jobs on the line. Massive week for the club and the players. Porto, 2-0 up. Away in Europe. You don't get that often. Can we hang on to that lead? No, we can't. Bottled it again and nearly lost the game. Fell apart in the second half like usual. Conceded 3 goals to Porto. And we had to rely on Harry Maguire to save us for another day. And keep Ten Hag in the job for the Villa game. And then yesterday, what was that? What was that yesterday? I mean, the quality on show was terrible in itself. And Aston Villa were bad. But Manchester United went there just not to lose. Ten Hag knew there was pressure on him. Pressure on the players. So you know what he did? He picked players which he trusted, which shouldn't be here at the club, to keep him in the job. Like, it's a fucking joke right now. And the worst part about it is he doesn't even trust his own players. His own players that he bought to improve the club. To improve the club. He doesn't even trust these players anymore. And do you know what was the funny part about this? The funniest part, Johnny Evans was man of the match, and genuinely, he was immense on the day. And massive credit to him. Because he obviously knows what it takes to play for this club. He was fighting out there. Him and Maguire, they should be starting every game at this point. They're our best defenders. What a joke that is. Shame on you, De Ligt. Shame on you, Martinez. Do you know who we're missing? Lenny Yoro. Get him in. He can't come in fast enough at the moment. But how we're relying on 36-year-old Johnny Evans to save his job for another day is a joke. It's an absolute joke. And we cannot go on like this. It's painful now. It's painful. It makes me angry. It makes me sick watching this team. Like, it's just crazy decisions as well. The team lineup was shocking. The subs I don't get. Anthony over Ahmad. Lindelof over Martinez. Is he trying to sack himself? He's relying on Deadwood and old players to keep him in the job because he can't trust his own players. Ugarte, nowhere to be seen. Casemiro over Ugarte. This was meant to be the next big player in the midfield. This was meant to be what revolutionised Manchester United. These were your players that you wanted to improve the side. That you said we'd see a different team for. They can't even start. Xerxes can't even start. Like, what is going on at this club? The subs were baffling. Crazy decisions. Like, what is going on right now at Manchester United? In the international break, Ineos right now have a massive, massive decision to make. And regarding that result, I reckon they say he should stay. I reckon that they'll make that decision. Because they'll look at it thinking a point at Villa Park is good. That's enough to save his job. That's the way they'll be looking at it. But you have to look at the last couple of weeks. The performances, the results, how we've controlled games, how we've crumbled in games. You have to look at that. It's not sustainable. You can't go on. And you cannot be 14th going into the international break. We are Manchester United Football Club. 14th. No identity. No style and plan. No hope anymore. We know what to expect. These players and this manager doesn't fool me anymore. He is hanging on by a thread, Ten Hag. Hanging on by a thread. And I'm there now. I'm there at the point. I am there at the point where I just say, thanks for the trophies, Ten Hag. Cheers for the FA Cup final, because that was one of the best days of my life. But thank you for that. But it's time to go. It's time to go now. Because we cannot keep on going forward like this. If we trust him for another game, that's going to be another game where we fail to get a result, and it's another game which a manager could have been in charge of, a different manager, and we could have won that game. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to make the right decision. It's massive for this club now. But yeah, I could not understand for the life of me that team selection. Eriksen in the midfield. He's played 180 minutes in a row. He can't do that. He can't do that. He's not that guy anymore, Ten Hag. He's not that guy. What else was crazy about the lineup? I think that was it, really. It was just, what shocked me is that he can't rely on his own players that he bought to put in a performance for him. And if that tells you anything, that basically tells you need to go, mate. That basically tells me that, oh, I'm sorry, Ineos, but I've made a big mistake bringing in these players. That's what it tells me. Because there's no way on earth you don't play Gatti in this game. There's no way on earth you don't start your best centre-backs in a game that you had to win. Everyone was watching. Ineos was there. Dan Ashworth, what's his name? Wilcox, I forgot his first name to be fair. Wilcox, Barada was there. All watching this game. And we went there safe just to not lose the game. No intent of winning. Hardly created any chances. And Villa were there for the taking. This was a game where Ten Hag could have won it yesterday night. Ten Hag could have won that game. But he decided to keep it safe and save his job for another day. Shocking. I'm so disappointed. And that's the overriding feeling. Just disappointment right now. Just disappointment. But yeah, and Bruno as well. How Bruno Fernandes did not come off. Like, there has to be... this needs to be studied at university. It genuinely does. The downfall of Bruno Fernandes, our captain. The one that multiple fans have called our best player. Our most important player. Bruno Fernandes put in another 4 out of 10 last night. Shocking. Good free kick. I was hoping that was going in. I wanted it to go in. Because the game was going nowhere. That was the only chance we were going to create is from that free kick. But again, another 4 out of 10 performance. And that's what? For the 6th week in a row. Maybe from the start of the season now. He's been utter shit. Like, come on, lads. Come on. But, yeah. Oh, frustrating, man. It's just frustrating. And I'm fed up of it now. We need change at this club. We need change. Genuinely. Before it gets even worse. Because I'm just not enjoying it anymore. I'm at that point now where I know what to expect. I know what's going to happen. We're not going to win games. We're not going to create chances. We can't score goals. Our front line wouldn't even make the top 6, I don't think. And we're getting just torn apart by teams like Spurs. Like, genuinely, it's concerning. But let's get into the player ratings. And Andre Onana, for me, again, deserves a lot of praise. He is one of the only players which have really improved this season. I mean, he's got 4 clean sheets now. He's leading the Golden Glove race. Imagine he gets it as well. How funny would that be? But, yeah, I thought he did well yesterday. Didn't have to do much because, either team didn't really create anything throughout the whole game. It was a very, very low-quality game of football. And with the talent on the pitch, it was unbelievably bad. With the amount of talent on the pitch. But, yeah, Onana for me, I'm going to give him a 6. I thought he was all right. Kept a clean sheet, so, he does get a 6 for that. Wasn't really needed throughout the game. Johnny Evans and Maguire, I'm going to give them both a 7. I thought they were really, really good. They were brought in to do the basics right and defend well. And that's what they did. They saved Ten Hag for another day just by doing the simple basics and what you should do as a centre-back, which Martinez and De Ligt can't do right now for some reason. So, yeah, they did really well, especially Johnny Evans. Again, at his age, he should be like a coach right now. He should be just in the back, maybe helping the board or something like that. But no, he's playing for Manchester United and he's looking like one of our best players. It tells you everything you need to know. It really does. And I'll say it again, shame on De Ligt, shame on Martinez for allowing that to happen. Shame on them. So yeah, Johnny Evans 7, Maguire 7, Mazraoui, I'll give a 6. I thought he had a decent game, to be fair. It was standard for him. He's going to be consistent throughout the whole season. He's a player which does give you a 6 out of 10, 6, 7 out of 10 every game. And I thought he was all right. Dalot, yeah, same for Dalot. I mean, he made a really vital block at the end. We could have lost that game very easily right there if Dalot did not make that block. So for me, Dalot gets 6 as well. We'll give him a 6. I thought both of the fullbacks were all right. Kobbie Mainoo, we are running that guy into the ground, aren't we? We're playing him every game. We're not resting him. Like, these are the moments where you do rest him in these type of games. For me, personally, where you do start on Agate and give Mainoo some rest. I do think Agate would have fitted him better. But again, Mainoo, he's one of those players which you can trust. And right now, we do not have many of those in the team. So that's probably why he's starting every game right now, because you know you're going to get a decent performance from him. But again, he's not been the same player. And we know why that is. We're just running him down to the ground right now. And it's a massive problem we need to fix, because it does lower his performances. He doesn't play as well because he needs rest. Like any other players, like in any other sport, you need rest. Like genuinely terrible. Absolutely terrible. So yeah, Mainu gets, give him a 5. I thought 5, yeah, 5 is justified. Eriksen, I thought, did quite well. On a yellow from the 12th minute or something like that, maybe a bit earlier. On a yellow against Rodgers. Played a really good game, to be fair, so I will give him a 6.5 out of 10. Done well, and I mean, we're relying on him to come in and put in good performances. Not really trusting him at the moment, but he is really providing for us. So yeah, I thought Eriksen was good in the game. So I'm going to give him a 6.5, yeah. Bruno Fernandes, 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10 again. Just shocking. Like, right now, he does not add anything into the side. Like, genuinely doesn't. He downgrades us right now. Like, where's the Bruno Fernandes gone? Where's the Bruno Fernandes we know? Like, that's the questions I'm asking, and this is why it needs to be studied. Because I don't know what's gone wrong. Maybe he's blown out from playing the amount of minutes he has. I don't know what it is. But you don't get this bad. You don't. It doesn't happen. There has to be a time when it comes good. But that point's not coming. And it's been 6 or 7 games, probably more games. With the international break, not international break, with cup games, Europa League. Like, he's not getting any better. He needs to be dropped. And the fact he keeps on staying on. Erik ten Hag's just trying to kill himself at the moment. You have to be brave. You have to make the right decisions for the team. And he's not doing that right now. He's not. So yeah, Bruno Fernandes for me gets a 4. Rashford, I thought, was trying things in the first half. I'd give him a 6. I thought he was one of our best attackers. When he did get those chances, he was trying to make it count. Garnacho, again, another game where he didn't really offer too much. It wasn't a game where we provided him with the ball enough, really. It was another poor game. So a 5 for Garnacho. And Højlund, again, just looks a bit off it right now. Maybe that's expected, considering the injury. Maybe we need to give him more time. I do love Højlund. I think he's a great player. I think he will get a lot of goals for us this season, but he does look off it right now. So I'm going to give him a 5, but it is expected because he's just come back from an injury. And the subs that came on, which again, Anthony over Ahmad is just blowing my mind. Anthony came on, did well, to be fair, put himself about. So I will give him a 5.5. I thought it was all right when he came on, to be fair to him. Casemiro over Gata, again, another one that blew my mind. Maybe if you brought him on earlier, again, not changing the midfield until like the 85th minute, blown my mind as well. That was a weird one. And again, it's a game where we could have won it, maybe if he changed things earlier. But Ten Hag didn't bother. He wanted to keep it safe, to keep his job. So yeah, Casemiro came on, maybe a 4. Didn't really do anything, didn't really have time to do anything, no. Xerxes came on and just looked like he's never played football before in his life. I mean, this signing came with so much expectation. When are we going to see it? When are we going to see the Xerxes guy who was blowing teams away in Serie A? Young player of the season, wasn't he? Is he a footballer? Because right now I don't think he is. He's really, really struggling. Even just doing the basics, holding up the ball, putting yourself in good positions. He's really struggling. 1 goal, and that was the start of the season. What can you say? It just goes from bad to worse with this club, and nothing's going right now. Lindelof over Martinez or De Ligt. No, De Ligt came on. Over Martinez is, again, wow. I didn't even know Lindelof still played. I can't remember the last time I saw that guy. Came on, picked up a yellow card, played up fullback as well. Like, oh, it was tough watch. It was a tough watch watching that. Yeah, Lindelof, 3. Didn't really do well. De Ligt came on, I thought put himself about. Won his aerial duels, did quite well. We'll give him a 5 out of 10. And that was it, really, wasn't it? I don't think anyone else came on. No, Guy didn't even manage to come onto the pitch. Says all you need to know, doesn't it? Says all you need to know. But yeah, Erik ten Hag for me, I'm going to give him... He saved himself for another day, hasn't he? He's done it again, like I said he would. Somehow, some way, miraculously. Found a way to keep himself in the job. So yeah, for me, Erik ten Hag's going to get a 4 out of 10. The team selection obviously saved him, but again, it was a crazy decision. But it's worked. So subs, again, even crazier than the team decision. What can you say? What can you say? We're going backwards. We're 14th in the league. Things need to change. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.